Hey guys, so this is game 2 of one of the top 8s at the West Mifflin City Championships. Just so you guys know, this is the West Mifflin City Championships, but it's actually the Pittsburgh City Championships. The original place where we had the Pittsburgh City Championships actually closed after the event was made, so this was sort of an emergency location here. So, back to the match. Again, I'm on the right with Durant, and John is on the left with Zekrom and Eels, as you can see there. I opt to go first, have 2 Durants on the field, and play a collector. Now, obviously here I'll be looking for 2 more Durants. If I don't have those, then, you know, 1 and a Rodom, and either a Cleffa or Cobaliant, depending on what, how my hand looks. If I have a bad hand, I'll go for the Cleffa. If I have a good hand, then I go for the Cobaliant. And so far we have 1 Durant, a Cobaliant, and a Rodom. So apparently my hand is good enough at this point in time, or I have some sort of good draw card. So that means one of the Durants is in my prizes, which kind of sucks. So I bench the Rodom and the Durant, and put the Cobaliant in my hand, attach a special medal to the lead Durant, use Mischievous Trick, and I devour 3. Now, if I had something like Dual Ball, I could have tried that to see if the top card there was a Durant, but I probably don't have that right now. So John also uses a collector to get 3 basics. Thinking probably a Tynamo, maybe a Thundurus. I don't know, we'll see. He has a lot of basics to choose from there, so. So he has a Pachirisu, a Shaman, and thinking Tynamo. So we might be trying to go for a first turn knockout here with the Pachirisu and Shaman. I guess we'll find out in a second. So he plays Pachirisu, attaches 2 Lightning, using Pachirisu's Pokepower. Uses Shaman to move those onto Zekrom. And it doesn't appear he has any more. So he just outrages for 10, thanks, oh, I guess 20. I may have messed this up. Anyway, I use Crushing Hammer and discard one of the electrics there. Attached to the bench Durant. Oh, the reason I said I messed up, I thought I attached a special medal to the active Durant that would reduce the damage by 10. Wow, words are hard. That would reduce the damage by 10. Ugh. Okay. Anyway, I devour 3. Moral of the story. So he benches a Tynamo and plays N. Now with N, both players shuffle their hands into their decks and draw as many prize cards as they have left. So I think we both draw 6 here. just a small rearranging of his bench there. He evolves a Dynamo to an Electric, which allows him to attach a lighting energy from his discard to one of his benched Pokemon. He's deciding where to attach this right now. And onto that same Electric. I apologize for any dead time here from my side. There are points in this battle where one of us takes a long time. Like, there's a lot of those. So I don't have commentary for, 35 or so minutes of battle. So when there's nothing to say, I'm just not going to talk. That's all there is to it. But while I was saying that, he attached to Zekrom and captured up the Energy-less Durant. And outrages for 20. Attach an Eviolite to my... to the other Durant. There we go. Now at this point I'm still in pretty good condition. Nothing is really going wrong yet. I couldn't devour that turn, which hurts. And that energy hurts even more, as that'll give him a prize, eventually. But first he Dynamotors onto that Electric again. Now that is so if I catch it up, he can retreat right away. The Electric has a retreat cost of 2, which is quite the pain if it has nothing on it. If you hear a strange raining sound, that's because, hey, it's raining outside, and I'm right by my window, so it's getting pretty loud. I'm not sure how audible that is on the camera, or on the microphone. So John finally collectors. I should mention, using Collector, even when you don't really need to, he sort of does here, but it's a good tactic to Collector sometimes to take cards out of your deck so you're more likely to draw helpful trainers than supporters. Now, it's not always a good idea. Sometimes you might need those Collectors later in the game, but in this case that was a good move. He does Bolt Strike onto that Durant. It's really loud outside. So I dual wall and get 2 heads. That allows me to search my deck for up to 2 cards. Take a Shaman. And wait for it. A Cobaliant. Again. So that means my mischievous trick didn't get me a Durant, unfortunately. So I play Twins, going right back in there. I think the best thing to do here is to try and power up the Cobaliant and then attack the Zekrom. So it looks like I'm going to do that. I attach to Cobaliant, Shaman, and then move the energies around, all onto Cobaliant. And I imagine I'll switch after this. There it is. Cobaliant is now the active. Separate the energies. The basic is attached and the 2 special metal are off to the side. And looking at my bench, that one Durant should not have 2 damage on it, so that was definitely a small mistake there. So I end up using Iron Breaker, which does 80, and that Pokemon can't attack next turn, unless it's benched and brought back up by a sort of a switch and retreat combination. And we wait. Like I mentioned, John does take a long time to make a move in this game. I'm not sure if that is a veteran move or if he's actually thinking out his moves intently. He retreats the Zekrom and brings up the Electric with 2 energies attached. The reason I say it's a veteran move is that if I don't take 4 prizes in this game, by the time, you know, time is called and the +3 is over, then game 2 doesn't count. So taking a long time is sort of a good move when, you know, you have that first game win. Actually, I do believe this game does go to +3, but, you know, I'll bring that up when we get to it. Finally plays Oak, shuffles his hand into his deck and draws 6. I'm having trouble with the cut there for some reason. He did attach a 3rd lightning to that Electric and plays a catcher, bringing up the Rotom. Plus power and knocks it out using Electric's attack, which does 50, and that's all. So sometimes it's good to know what attacks your typically non-attacking Pokemon can do. For example, in Durant, I don't use it here, but Rotom's Plasma Arrow is pretty decent. It does 20 times the number of energy attached to a Pokemon. Yeah, that's it, and that sentence. I thought there was more to it. There wasn't. Anyway, I'm playing Twins. I'm not sure what I'm grabbing here. Might be a good choice to work up a 2nd Cobaliant, because that'll be happening soon. Also, a catcher to knock out that Zekrom would be good too. So I do catcher up the Zekrom. He shuffles all those cards around. And I use something to knock him out. Probably Iron Breaker, but it didn't matter. Both would knock him out. So now I'm playing a prize game here. I'm down 5-4, so... see what happens here. Brings up, back up that electric. Attaches to bench Zekrom and Dynamotors. And that's just me separating the specials from the basics. As I mentioned, a lot of time is being taken here. Benches a Thunderous now. And uses that one attack that Electric has for 30, thanks to the special metals. I use another Twins. I probably want a catcher here of some kind. Might be helpful. Also, once again, a Cobaliant would be very, very useful here, eventually. So I attach Eviolite to Cobaliant, and then catcher up that Zekrom. For a second he discarded the electric, which, I mean, I'd be okay with that, but, you know, that's not... you can't do that. That's not how it works. And I attach another... no, I think. I actually attach it to the active Cobaliant, just so it now reduces damage by 60, or no, 50. So I Iron Breaker for 80. Once again, that Zekrom can't attack unless it switches and then retreats. He does retreat the Zekrom for the Thunderous. He Dynamotors onto the Zekrom. And then charges. Then I play a Junk Arm, discarding Lost Remover and something else. Probably going for a catcher. I am, for the Zekrom. Then I play an Oak. Then I Iron Breaker for the knockout. Now, like I said, it'd be nice if I had a second Cobaliant being worked up on the bench there. It might be useful soon. So now he has 2 electric in play, so he can Dynamotor twice every turn now. now things get a little tricky. Then he Disaster Bolts for, what is that, 30 in this case. That discards a Lightning Energy. I revived there, strangely enough. Apparently I'm considering using Durant again, which is not a good choice at this point in time. As I do believe we're tied in prizes, so I should be committed to getting out, or winning by prizes now instead of decking. There's the Cobaliant finally, after a dual ball. And a Juniper. So discard, I think, 4 cards there to get a fresh hand of 7. And I attach to Cobaliant. Crushing Hammer, and it fails, unfortunately. So if that worked, then he couldn't attack next turn. And that'd be great. But do Iron Breaker for 80, so that Thunderous cannot attack. But of course that's no problem, as it has a retreat cost of 1, so oh well. First he Dynamotors, and actually we changed games here, or changed videos here, so there's a small jump there, but I don't think we missed much. Actually nothing, we missed nothing, except that the new Thunderous is active. You missed the whole changing of the actives, which was no big deal, but he plays a Collector now. It's taking a Zekrom, Shaman, and that's all. Attach onto Cobaliant. That's a special metal. I play an Oak. Crushing Hammer fails again. So sometimes that happens. Your flips don't go your way for most of the game, and you just can't do much. Play a Junk Arm, discard a Collector, and switch. Probably looking for a catcher. Yep, there it is. I catcher up the other Thunderous. Then knock it out with Iron Breaker. So I think I have fewer prizes left now, which is strange for a Durant deck, but hey, it works sometimes that way. So if he's able to attach this turn, which he has Shaman, so he should, no problem, then Cobaliant is knocked out. And then I'm sort of in trouble. A little bit. He does. Plays the Shaman, moves 1, maybe 2 lightning. We'll see. Right now he's doing a damage calculation on Cobaliant's Energy Press, which does 20 plus 20 for each energy attached to the defending Pokemon. So he's considering attaching another, which is a good move, because Energy Press will only do 80 once he discards for Disaster Volt. And Dynamotor's 2 energies, 1 onto each electric there. And he uses Disaster Volt for the knockout. Yeah, words are fun. But, you know, you guys know that I suck at them, so nothing new. So I attach an Eviolite and play Oak. Get a fresh hand. I attach a third metal onto Cobaliant. Then Iron Breaker for 80. So right now I'm in pretty good shape. We're tied in prizes, but his one good attacker can't attack this turn unless he retreats and switches, or vice versa, of course. Disaster Volt's 1, and a second. Retreats to an electric. And then attacks for, I guess that's 20. Yeah, 50 minus 30, so 20. I revive probably the Cobaliant. I don't think there's enough energy to do anything with it, but, you know, do what I can, really. I played a Flower Shop later to get just 1 metal back. Won't really be enough, but, you know, we'll see what happens. And then I attach a metal to Cobaliant. I use Iron Breaker for 80. Attaches to Thunderous, then retreats to Thunderous. course, dynamotors onto each, maybe. Yeah, each electric. And then uses Disaster Volt for 50. I bookie here, and I have 7 cards left. And none of them are supporters, so that does not help me at all. And I knock him out with Iron Breaker. He brings up his other electric. So now I've taken the 4 prizes, so if time's called right now, I would be okay. But time's not called right now, and will be called for another minute or 2. Plays Juniper, gets 7 new cards. So he retreats to Zekrom. And if he attaches here, the game's basically over. And he does. So if he knocks out this Cobaliant, there really isn't anything I can do anymore, because my other Cobaliant isn't even close to being ready. So he Bolt Strikes my Cobaliant for knockout, and I'm screwed. And that is the end of the hour of top 8. We're now in +3. So I have, I guess, 2 turns to do something worthwhile. So I, for some reason, bring up the Durant, hoping that maybe I can potentially deck him out, but it's really just hoping at this point. So I'm junk arming for probably a catcher. That's all I can do here. Yeah. So I catchered up the undamaged electric with 1 lightning attached. And then Devour 3. Now we're on turn 1, because that was turn 0. There's 5 cards left. So I'm going to lose, but it's really, really close. If I switch, so that'll be game over pretty much. Gets in 1 final Dynamotor here. Just note, we're tied in prizes here, but he holds the power advantage. Like, he's going to knock something out this turn, and I can can't knock anything out. He bolt strikes my Durant for knockout. He has 1 prize left. I have 2, and I am turn 2. I can't do anything. I concede, and that is the end of my run at the City Championships for Pittsburgh. So, I mean, overall, not too bad. I went 4-2, and then lost in top 8. It's my first top cut, so I really cannot complain. You know, it's awesome. Really my goal for the past while has been just to top cut. So now my goal for next time is to win a match in top cut. So we'll see how that goes. You know, I'm hopeful. I'm going to Ohio on Sunday, so maybe I'll do something good there. We'll find out. So that is all for this video and this battle. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys.